Hey everybody, I am Chelsea Yordy, she, her, hers. I'm one of the assistant directors here at Western Michigan University in the Office of Admissions, and I am a super proud alum. I love this school. I bleed brown and gold. So welcome. I'm incredibly excited to be filming this today for you and introducing you to your future home.
And I'm Cal Creener, he, him, his. I'm one of your admissions counselors here at WMU. And like Chelsea, I'm a super proud alum. I love Western Michigan University. And I'm just so excited to be able to spend these 30-ish minutes with you and tell you all the things that we think makes WMU really unique and hopefully is going to make it the best place for you and your college journey.
Yes. So we're going to dive into what this community is, what you're going to be part of when you get here, what your academic structure is kind of going to look like, how you apply, how you become a Bronco, all very, very important things. But to start, let's go over some fast facts, right? Some things that everybody needs to know when they're starting this process. So we are a D1 MAC school. We were founded in 1903, so we've got some really great longevity to us. We've got just over 21,000 students here. About 17,000 of them are the undergraduate population. So we've got about 150 undergraduate majors. They were housed within 7 different academic colleges. We've got just over 100 graduate programs, and we are one of 70 schools in the country to have both a law school and a med school. So whatever you're interested in studying at almost any level, you have the opportunity to do that here, which is really exciting. And we really believe in blending the big school opportunity vibes with a very small school attention. So we're the perfect mid-sized institution. That's how we describe ourselves. So that comes through in a few different ways. So big school opportunities, we are a national top tier research institution. We encourage and make as many opportunities as possible for our undergraduate students to become part of that. Tons of job placements and internships and externships and study abroad, D1 MAC athletics, big school stuff, right? But that small school attention is really important. That is what makes this community who we are. So we believe in putting you in very small spaces, small classroom settings where you can learn by actually doing. So your average class size is about 32 students. Your student to faculty ratio is 16 to 1. We want to put you in those environments where you're not just getting to know yourself and some of your peers, but you're getting to know your professors. That's important. You're learning by doing. We're going to put you in these academic settings that are going to challenge you and push you, but we're going to support you along the way.
So speaking of academics, I think that's at the forefront of most people's minds when they think about attending college or a four-year university. And of course, that's incredibly important. We want to make sure that you are coming here, you're getting your degree, you're getting all the experience that you need, both for your career and so that you can grow as an individual, and you're having all that knowledge, the relevant knowledge to be successful in your field. Here at WMU, you'll find that a large majority of our programs are nationally ranked, and several of our colleges rank in the top 5 or top 3 in the country. That's huge. It means you are getting a world-class education no matter what you end up studying. A lot of that is through the work of our renowned faculties who are all experts in their field. It's not just people who have read the books and are preaching into a lecture hall. It's people who are actually writing the textbooks. It's people who are in the field, sometimes literally getting their hands dirty and creating the resources and knowledge that not only are you using in your classroom, but are being used across the globe. And you have exposure to those professors day one as a freshman. You get to start building those professional relationships and those mentorships that turn not only into fantastic educational experiences, but really great support opportunities and career opportunities. And those professors work really hard to find that balance, like Chelsea brought up, between big school opportunities and that small school feel. So you have that wealth of knowledge and experience, but your average class size is about 32 students. Your professors are getting to know you on a one-on-one basis, and they work really, really hard to help build a personalized path through your academic journey. And of course, you're not on this alone. Your professors play a huge support role for you, as does the rest of the Bronco community.
Right, because it's not, we can't just throw you into these challenging classrooms, right, and just say, hey, good luck, do it on your own, see you later, right? That's not how it's done here at Western, right? When you come to this institution, you're going to find that you aren't just a number, right? You're not just one in a sea of thousands of other students left to just do this all on your own. You're part of a community, right? And so that community support is incredibly important. And that starts with academics, right? So you've got the Bronco Study Zone, you've got the Writing Center, you've got supplemental instruction, which is a nationally recognized program where you are basically a student takes a class, passes the class, takes it again as part of supplemental instruction, and is a liaison between the professor and you, right? They're creating additional materials for you, kind of translates what the professor is teaching in a way that you can understand it, right? We want to make sure that we're creating as many support services for our students and our community as possible. You know, and that really extends outside of the academic support services, right? This community is an inclusive, supportive, fun one full of people that genuinely want to get to know you and support you. So with programs like our offices, like our LGBTQ student services, with Office of Diversity and Inclusion, Disability Services for Students, oh my gosh, our 16 different living learning communities, all of these pieces come in together, work together to make this space the inclusive, fun one that it is, right? We want to give our students as many opportunities to get to know themselves and get to know their fellow students, try something new, try something challenging, but do it in a fun way. You know, we D1 Max School, right? Tons of great sports opportunities. We've got over 300 different registered student organizations. We want to give you opportunities to interact with each other and try something. So, Cal, what is one of your favorite registered student organizations? There's like, they range, right? Like, so some of them are the traditional debate club. Some of them are, you know, your intramural sports clubs, esports. Yeah, you know, they're competing at the international level for gaming. Crazy. Awesome.
Yeah, I mean, you have to mention Squirrel Watchers Club, always. I mean, who doesn't want to watch squirrels on campus? But I honestly think one of my favorite organizations is actually career-based. And it was started by one of our student ambassadors. The organization is called Future Teachers of Color, and it's working to diversify and open up and start the difficult discussions around representation and inclusion in the educational system in the country. And what's really amazing is in their first year on campus, they held a huge conference about the educational system and diversity and inclusion in the educational system. And it's all teaching majors, it's all people who are working in the Kalamazoo public school system, and they're doing some really, really amazing work. And watching them be successful and getting to see how passionate our student ambassadors are about that kind of program has just made it so amazing to me.
It's cool. It's just cool to see how all of these pieces come together to make up what this community is. You know, you talk with people from all over the spectrums, whether they're prospective students, current students, alumni, and almost every single person will tell you what makes Western special is the community. It is this environment where people can create space that is unique and supportive and fun. And that's what you're coming into. It's exciting. But there's also tons of opportunities to create, like what you're talking about, create more, create new, create something that hasn't been done yet before.
Yeah. I mean, that's really the ultimate goal, right? Yes, you want to get a great GPA, you want to get your diploma, you want to get a really good job, but hopefully you want to leave a positive impact on the world around you. You want to do something larger than yourself and really contribute to your community. What's really amazing about WMU is because of that fantastic community, that sense of unity, that all that space to create and explore and grow, like Chelsea said, combined with our academic rigor, you really can start leaving your impact from day one on campus. So whether that's helping with our solar panel field at the engineering campus, or one of our sustainability efforts like the Michigan Orchard on campus, or developing new technology, devices like NeoVent, a device which was designed by WMU students to support the underdeveloped lungs of premature infants, and then was turned into a global business and is saving lives across the globe. Or if you want to be on the forefront of COVID-19 research and helping develop cheap, easy to use, transportable respirators and testing systems that are now being used to help curb the global pandemic and also save lives. Or if you want to start your own business, you have the opportunity through programs like Starting Gate and our Hayworth College of Business. So there are so many ways to take what you're learning in the classroom and immediately put that knowledge to use, immediately start working in your field and start impacting the people around you and making your community better. And what's really cool is it's not just limited to campus. It's something that you're seeing in the city of Kalamazoo, probably because we have such a close relationship with the city of Kalamazoo.
That is one of our strengths for sure. When you come to Western, you're not coming to a school that is surrounded by nothing, right? You're coming to a school that is surrounded by a little urban city that's full of life and culture and art and history, and it's incredible. It's very obvious why we are a top 20 college town and a, top 15 for 20 somethings, right? Very important bragging, right? But those are important to us, right? Our relationship with the city is big. So from the Black Arts Festival to the food truck rallies to Art Hop every month to the museums and the nightclubs and the restaurants and the cafes, the hiking trails, the biking trails, there's just tons of stuff to do in the city of Kalamazoo. We always joke that it's a Four Seasons playground, and it literally is. You've got the lake that's just about 30 miles from here. You've got ski slopes, you've got hiking trails, you've got everything you could possibly need to enjoy the outdoors while also being in a little urban city. And from a student standpoint, the number of internships and part-time jobs, externships, a mini internship that you can do over the weekend are immense. We've got everything from Stryker to Pfizer to Whirlpool to the Arts Council, all of these big businesses, some of which are global players in their industry right here in Southwest Michigan, and they flock to Western students, right? They want to give you as many opportunities as possible to experience your future career in the moment during college while you are studying. You're bringing fresh ideas to them. They're giving you tried and true practices. It's an amazing relationship, and one that's a huge benefit as you are going through this college process. And also, Kalamazoo is just really fun. I can't stress that enough. It is an incredible city to be at, both as a college student, as a young professional. It's a cool place to be. Cal, what is your favorite thing to do in the city of Kalamazoo?
Oh, that's a really hard choice. I really like the arts festivals, of course, Pride Festival every year. But I also, especially during summer, love taking advantage of the nature preserves. There are so many trails that you totally wouldn't expect to be in the middle of the city and then just walk into this massive forest and prairie and lake. And it's just really, really gorgeous. It's like a little mini vacation without having to go anywhere.
That's big. I love the coffee trails, right? So there's tons of little locally owned, family owned coffee shops in Kalamazoo, and you can bop between them. There's a map for them all. It's really fun to see the different personality in each of them. And obviously I'm a very large caffeine aficionado, so it's a good way to spend your weekend. I like it. Okay, but this brings us into some really important stuff, right? We've dazzled you with how amazing Western is, the community that you're going to have here, the academics that you're going to become part of. How do you become part of the community?
Yeah, so becoming a Bronco, couple important things to know. When it comes to the application process, we accept two applications. We accept the Common App and we accept Gold Gateway. Now, they are the exact same application. They ask the exact same questions. They get processed and reviewed by the exact same people. It really just comes down to which one's going to be easier for you. Oftentimes, if you're someone who's applying to every school you have the opportunity to apply for, Common App might be best for you. Or if you're someone who is dead set on WMU and this is the only school you're applying for, then Gold Gateway is probably the best option. Either way, we're looking at the same things, we're asking the same questions. So when it comes to what we're looking at, we have a really, really holistic review process. I'm not looking for a specific number. I'm not looking for a specific letter grade or even a specific class or test score. Like Chelsea said, we're working really hard to get to know you, who you are as a person, what your ambitions are, what you want to do, and how we can help you grow and support you in that mission. So we are looking at your transcript, we're looking at your GPA, but like I said, not just for a specific number, I'm going all the way back to freshman year, and I'm reviewing all of your grades. I'm looking for growth in your high school experience. I'm looking to see that you were challenged whatever that challenge might look like, right? We know that challenge is different for everybody. For some people, that means getting through the high school curriculum. For other people, that means taking every possible dual enrollment, AP, IB, honors course you possibly can. We're really getting to know you at that personal level. What's your academic challenge look like? How successful were you there? What did you do for support during that? And also, how did you engage outside of the academic environment, right? Did you do a ton of volunteer work? Were you engaged in a ton of extracurriculars? Did you work jobs to support your family? Were you babysitting your younger siblings? Did you travel? We're taking all of that into consideration. That's where your essay and your resume become super important. We don't require an essay or we don't require a resume, but the more information you can give me, the better I can understand your grades, the better I can understand your GPA, the better I can understand who you are, and I can do my job to get you where you want to be and get you in contact with the resources you need to be successful. Now, you'll notice on the screen it says SAT or AC test scores, and they are optional. So I'm super excited about that. It means that if you don't have an SAT or you don't have an ACT test score, it's not going to limit or harm or prevent you from being admitted to WMU. If you do have that test score and you send it to us, if we think it can help your admissions, great. If we think it can help you with one or two of our scholarships, okay, we'll look at it. But if it's not where you want it to be, or it's not going to be beneficial, or you just are so fantastic in everything else that you've done, we won't look at that test score. It is entirely up to you if you want to submit that test score for admission for fall 2021.
And all of this is really important, right? Like we've told the story, we've gotten you excited, we've explained the admissions process, but at the end of the day, a lot of this decision comes down to money. We know this, right? So, okay, so let's break down this grid real quick. So the middle column is what you can anticipate spending if you're a Michigan resident, and the far right column is what you can anticipate spending if you're a non-Michigan resident. We then break down tuition and fees, room and board if you choose to live on campus. Fun fact, first-year freshmen are not required to live on campus. It's encouraged, but it's not required. It's a great way to really kind of get yourself grounded on campus and in the community, but again, not required. And then also some books and supplies. So if you're a Michigan resident, you're looking at spending just over $24,000. And if you're an out-of-state student, you're looking at spending just over $27,000. And while those numbers are very close, we want to work really hard to make sure that this is a diverse campus with students from not just all over the world and all over the country. We want to make sure that it's an affordable thing, right? And while I can't say that, you know, $27,000 is just a drop in the bucket, no big deal. I can't ever expect someone to just say, oh yeah, okay, that's nothing. That's super affordable, right? And while we are the most affordable, highly ranked institution in the state of Michigan, and we're one of the best colleges for your money, that's a lot of money. So it's important that we break down how you pay for that, right? So that is where scholarships come into play. And the biggest one that I want to hit on for our first year students, keep the early action deadline in mind. That is December 15th, and you have to have all of your materials into us by then to be considered for these merit-based scholarships. These are some of the big heavy hitters on campus. Cal, walk us through kind of how these are broken out and what students should keep in mind in terms of scholarships through the admissions office, but also just in general.
Yeah, so I want to say again, just so that you've heard it a couple different times, December 15th is that early action application deadline. That's a lot of words to basically say December 15th is the scholarship deadline for scholarships through the admissions office. Now, there are more scholarships than just the ones through the admissions office, and we'll get to them in a minute. But if you want to get your name in there, you want to maximize your scholarship eligibility, you're going to want to get your application in as early as you possibly can. They're broken into a couple different categories. For our first year students, these are students who have just graduated from high school or have done a ton of, and have done a ton of dual enrollment as an option, or even if you're in early middle college, you all qualify as first year students. They range from the Bronco Recognition, which is $4,000, to the Medallion Scholarship, which is $64,000. All of these are merit-based. So from Bronco Recognition to Bronco Merit, we're looking at specific GPAs. You can find the whole GPA breakdown for each scholarship on our admissions webpage on our WMU website. It'll tell you what the GPA range is. And those are automatically awarded. So as soon as you get those application materials in by December 15th, you've paid the application fee or you've signed the fee waiver, If we look at your GPA and you meet the GPA requirement for one or more of these scholarships, automatically awarded. And you always get the highest scholarship. So say you have a 3.8 and you qualify for the Bronco Merit Scholarship. Now, technically, you would also qualify for all the other scholarships underneath it, but Bronco Merit being the highest one, that's the one you're going to be awarded, and the other scholarships will be distributed to other students. So we always try and give you the most money that we possibly can, the highest possible scholarship. The Medallion Scholarship is one of the most prestigious scholarships on campus. It's done in collaboration with the Lee Honors College. You're required to be an Honors College student and meet their GPA requirements, but it's really looking for students who stand out from the crowd. We're looking for students who are leaders in their community, who are engaged in their high school work, who have challenged themselves, been successful in high school, but also really are working to leave an impact on the environment around them, who are kind of embodying all of those ideals that we talked about, all those things that make WMU a great place to be. Only 20 Medallion Scholars are selected every year, and the process for it changes a little bit. Right now, we're looking at your application materials. We'll be inviting 60 of you back for interviews, and then from there, narrowing it down. You can find more information on the Medallion Scholarship on our admissions website, as I said. Now, say you're a transfer student. So you're someone who has taken credits at a community college or another institution after graduating high school, and you're coming to WMU. You have your own branch of scholarships, also merit-based, but also connected to where you've gone. So if you went to a specific community college, there are funds for you out there directly for you to transfer to WMU. And then from there, you've collected all of your admission scholarships through the transfer office or through the first year office, depending on which path is right for you. Then we go into endowment scholarships or legacy scholarships, scholarships for people whose family members are alumni. We start looking at the academic college scholarships. All those scholarships, their application process starts after December 15th. So they have supplemental materials that require, they have slightly different application processes. Sometimes you require essays, and they're all broken down based off your interest area. So if you're interested in engineering, we have scholarships for you. If you're interested in theater and dance and fine arts, we have scholarships for you. If you're an education major, guess what? Scholarships for you. And as soon as you're admitted to the university, your Gold Gateway account will show you all of the scholarships you're eligible for, or we think that you might be interested in. So we make it really easy to find those scholarships. And even from there, we have another tool to make that process even easier. So we have Scholarship Universe, which is for our admitted students. It means as soon as you're admitted, you can go to Scholarship Universe, plug in your credentials. It'll show you every scholarship on campus that you're eligible for, but also every scholarship through off-campus organizations, through national organizations, community organizations that we think you qualify for and that can be used at WMU. And there are literally thousands of scholarships for everything from really good GPA, tons of volunteer work, to your dad was in the plumbers union, or you worked at Burger King for a summer, or you're under 5 foot and left-handed. I have seen all of those scholarships come through for students, and there are millions that go unclaimed every year. We want to bring that number down. There are people who want to help fund your college career. So Scholarship Universe, as well as Gold Gateway, our financial aid office, and all of the work that we do with you through the admissions process is to help you connect with those dollars, can help you earn that money and help bring that cost down that Chelsea and I talked about. Now, scholarships, of course, are incredibly important, but at the end of the day, numbers aren't a college experience. The college experience is so much more than just the scholarships you earn, the tuition that you pay. It's all of these things that we've talked about and more. It's the academic quality, the rigor, the opportunity to work with experts in the field and get up-to-date skills and be incredibly successful in your career and be prepared for your career. It's about the community that you're with. It's about the students that you're taking classes with, the people that you're living in the residence halls with, that you're engaging with on a daily basis, who are helping you expand your boundaries and grow into your potential. It's about a really great environment that's a marriage of all the big city opportunities, the great Michigan outdoors, so that you're prepared for whatever environment it is that you move to post-graduation. And it's about having those opportunities to immediately put your work and your knowledge into effect, to start leaving your mark, to start leaving your impact on the world around you. It's these elements that make for a really fantastic, personal, successful college career. It's one of the reasons that we say WMU isn't just a great place to go, it's a great place to become. It's all of these factors and so much more.
Thanks for being with us today. We've talked a lot about what this community is and what it's going to be like once you get here, what your academic structure is going to be like. But at the end of the day, we are a community and we are here to help you through this process. So reach out to us, give us a call, send us an email, find us on social media, explore some of our other virtual offerings, register for a campus tour, whatever it is, engage with us. We are here to answer your questions. We're here to make this a personal experience and make sure you understand what it really means to feel and be a Bronco.
Thank you all so much. I can't wait to hear from you. I can't wait to read your applications. Welcome to Western, y'all.
Go Broncos.